Alright, today I'm going to talk about hunting gear, specifically Sitka gear. I finally made a plunge into buying some Sitka gear, and I'm going to just do kind of an unboxing of them, even though I've already tried these on in the store. Obviously did a ton of research, but I'm going to kind of talk about why I bought this gear and maybe some misconceptions that I see a lot on when people talk about spending a lot of money on especially camo and just gear. To establish, I am not somebody that buys new gear all the time. I've had the same hunting clothes for probably 15 years or so, or 10 years. I think probably 15 years ago I bought a full season scent lock, loved it top and bottom. I have those same pants. It's got to be 15 years. Basically the pieces that I just recently purchased was the Fanatic Hoodie and the Stratus jacket. Those two pieces. I found really good deals. Another reason that I decided to jump into this, it's January, and this is usually when a lot of the websites have them on sale, which they do currently right now. But I actually was able to get these even cheaper than that price because I went onto eBay and I was able to get them brand new with tags at even a cheaper price, and I'll talk a little bit about that. And actually the jacket that I got, the Stratus jacket, I got 2 free hats with it. And I don't especially like the 2 hats that I got. I got a trucker hat and the simple beanie in the Elevated 2 Optifade, but I called Sitka and they actually are gonna allow me to trade those in for another one. So I actually purchased the Stratus beanie and a regular ball cap both in Elevated 2 camo. And so, I mean, I basically got about $580 worth of Sitka gear for about $300, something like that. So anyways, just to talk about one of the main reasons that I was looking for anything new was, like I said, I wanted something windproof, and the Stratus has it. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and we'll go through the Fanatic Hoodie first. I'll go ahead and just got these just yesterday, or the day before it was, and so I went and got a medium. Again, I got this on eBay. It's brand new with tags, and I got a medium because this is pretty much going to be worn over like a base layer. Again, reading reviews and stuff, a lot of what people said they do with this is what I wanted to be able to do with this. And so I actually have somebody that's going to be giving me a Stratus vest. And so my plan is that I'm going to, during the first part of the season, maybe October into early November, depending on the temps, I'm going to be wearing a base layer, maybe one more if I need it, this and the vest, and that'll be it. And then once it gets colder, my plan is to wear the Stratus jacket. And again, I have not worn these yet, obviously. I haven't worn them at all, not even outside. So at the end of the season, I'll do another review on these to see how it actually works and if it really kept me warm enough in the cold temps. I mean, I live in New England, and usually the temps, well, you might get teens here and there, and most of the time you're hunting in like 30-degree weather. Between 30 and 40 is what most of the season is, especially in November during the rut. You get some days in the 20s, but most of the time it's in the 30 to 40, which this should keep me warm. And again, the windproof with the Stratus is what I really was keying in on, because that's one issue I had with my current system is on really windy days, I could feel it. So anyways, talk about the Stratus hoodie. I actually went and drove to a Cabela's to see really how heavy this was and to see what size would fit, and luckily they had one. And I tried on a medium. I'm 150 pounds, 145, and I'm 5'8". And this is the size. This is the perfect size for me, is the medium. I can wear a little bit underneath it. I could probably wear a couple layers underneath it easily. But I was shocked when I picked it up to feel how heavy it was. It's not heavy, but I really thought it was going to be a thin material. So I was shocked to see really how warm it felt. Again, I haven't worn it yet, but They have their grid system here that it's almost like a sweatshirt, pretty much. If you wanted a thinner sweatshirt, if you want to compare it to something. And so the big thing with this, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on. I already have a hoodie on right now, but and so you can see it's stretchy and it's form-fitting, but I have a ton of room under here. Not a ton, but enough, and it's comfortable that even without a thick, I could wear another. I have another insulated thing that I wear that I could actually wear underneath this if I wanted to. If I didn't really want to put the jacket on, I just want to put I could put something underneath this. It might be a little tight in the arms. That's probably the only thing. Same thing with the Stratus jacket, as I'll show. They're very fitted, athletic fit, and the arms are usually kind of tight, which is some complaints I heard about the Stratus jacket. Even though it does get a lot of good reviews. And so just the features on here. It has the kangaroo pocket in the front. There's one zip pocket right here that you could put a small rangefinder. I don't even know if I could actually fit my cell phone. I might be able to fit my cell phone in there, but it's a very small pocket for something like a call or something like that. And then on the sleeves, you have your thumb holes. And so this is like one of the things I wanted to talk about the features of this hoodie, because I saw a lot of people that, I don't know, people just like to complain about stuff. I don't know, but so as you can see that it has the thumb holes, and then it has these pull over mittens, if you want to call it. And I mean, they're kind of tight when you put them on. And I read a lot of people. Some people would say that, oh, they really did not like these gloves or the thumb holes or the mittens because it got in the way. Well, it doesn't get in the way. They don't. The way these mittens are, they're so tight, you don't even know they're there. It's not like they flop around and they get in the way. I can just tuck it just like this, and it's like nothing. If I wanted it was a little cool, my hand was a little cool, and I wanted that to hold my bow. You see, this comes way up here. It's a lot more of a mitt than most thumb hole sleeves. And you could, it would help gripping your bow a little bit if your hand was cold, if you didn't have any gloves. So I don't know how much I'm going to use that, but if I ever forgot my gloves or I didn't feel like wearing my gloves, I just quickly went over my hands, boom, you could put it on, flip the mitten over if you wanted to, if your fingers were cold, put them in here, it's extra in to keep them warm, and then, it's very versatile and it's very easy it's like it's not even there. So I just wanted to talk about that because it's one of the complaints that I read. Other people just said this gets in the way. They can't stand the stupid mitts. And again, I haven't worn this in the field. If things going to change, I don't see that happening. I think this is a nice little feature, and I might never use those mitts, but we'll see. It's a quarter zip or half zip almost. It comes all the way down. I guess they call these 3/4 zips, but. So the other feature that people like on this is the hood and the face mask, which tucks right back here. And it's a very neat thing to have. And I love how their hoods fit pretty tight. I'm not a hood guy at all, but if I was out, again, I usually wear. I have some First Light merino top and a neck gaiter that I wear all the time, and it's really good. But if for some reason I didn't want to bring those, or I forgot them, or anything like that, and I have this hood, I'm going to have this hoodie on probably all season. Boom! I got this right here, and I can just, especially if it's warm out. This is a thin material. The hood is really comfortable. It's almost like not even having it on, and you don't have to have the hood on to have the face mask up, which is another thing I just wanted to point out. I didn't see too many people say that. So again, it zips right up. I can already feel, I'm hot. I'm down in my basement. Or I've read a lot of people say that this is their favorite piece of Sitka gear and that they wear it all the time, and I already see why. This thing, it's super comfortable, and I'm going to probably pretty much wear this all season. Like I said, I can just put a vest over, and I can't wait to wear this. I love layering. I've been layering for a long time, and it's the way to go, especially if you can get merino wool base layers. This thing is really comfortable. Like I like the athletic fit. I'm a skinny guy, and I like the athletic fit. So, not sure what else to say about this, but I can already tell I love this thing, and then I'm gonna probably wear this all the time. I almost want to get it in solid color. So the next thing is the Stratus jacket. And so, again, I'm literally just taking these out for the first time, and I have tried this jacket on before. My first impression when I went and tried this on at the Cabela's was that I thought it was light. I'm like, geez, that feels kind of lightweight. It's thin, doesn't feel like it would be super warm, but I remember that it has the windproof in it. I will say this jacket is incredibly comfortable. I'll talk about some of the features in a minute, but one main thing I want to point out is the size. And so I did read a lot of reviews where people would say you want to size up with certain Sitka gear because it's athletic fit, if you want to be able to put stuff underneath it, etc. Well, I also read a lot of people that were my size were buying the medium jacket, or even a little bit bigger than me. Some of the people were buying a medium jacket. So during the sales that they were having online, at most of the places, only inventory they had was medium, tall, and maybe XLs. I wasn't sure. There were no larges. And so I went to Cabela's to try this on, and I put the medium on, and it was too tight. I mean, it fit great, and like I said, the arms are very tapered and kind of tight, but as far as laying underneath it, I probably wouldn't put more than this, wouldn't have been able to pull, and even with this on, it might have been a little too tight in the arms for me, which is one of the issues I was buying a new jacket, because my other full season one, it fit, but I always felt like it was just a little too snug on me with gear underneath it. So I tried on their large, and their large fit much better. It's still a little bit, again, it's athletic fit, but it definitely gave more room, especially around the chest, for thicker gear underneath, a vest, whatever. Of course, nobody had the large. Well, I got lucky enough, and on eBay, I found one person that had a large, and not only did it have a large, but it was also less priced than the sales price. And not only that, it was coming with 2 free hats, which is like $60 worth of gear right there. So it was a no-brainer. So I got the large, and I'll put this on right now, show you how it fit. And again, it is not super thick. You can see it's got there's a little bit more right here that makes it a little bit thicker at the top, but not really. It's not super thick, but I really have a lot of confidence that it is going to be warm. Especially with a vest. If I have a vest with this, if it gets down to like below 30 or around 30, I think that's going to be the big test. But again, like other people have said, this is like one of the most comfortable jackets I've ever owned. But I will say, when I put it on, it feels a lot lighter than my full season jacket, which is not a super heavy jacket. But as you can see, so this is a large. Again, I'm a skinny guy, and you can see there is room here. There is room, but not a ton of room. The medium, a lot tighter. I don't think I could get another thick layer underneath there. But it's not too big on me either. I mean, you can see though, I could fit more. I could fit something. I could fit a vest underneath it if I didn't want to wear it over the top. That being said, it's incredibly comfortable. It doesn't bind. Even though the arms are tapered, some people complain about the arms being tapered. There's a little bit of stretchy material right here that allows this to kind of open up. And again, with the large, this isn't too bad on me at all. Actually, I really like the way the wrists are on here. There were some jackets that I tried on that were either too open or actually a little too cinched down on them. If I can stay warm in this jacket and in the layering system that I have, if this is going to get me through the whole season, this will be worth its weight in gold, because not only is it going to get me through the season, but this is super comfortable. It is quiet. Again, I haven't used it out in the woods. It's a light fleece material on the outside, but it makes a little noise when you're moving your arms. Very little noise. I don't know how it's coming out in the camera, but it's very little. I'm dying of heat already in this thing, but so super comfortable, pretty quiet. Definitely can layer under it. The other features on this jacket is it has the zippers up here, and these pockets are actually deep. These two pockets, easily rangefinder and calls in these, no doubt. And then it has zipper pockets down here, which these are actually nice where they're located. They're not too low on the jacket. One of the features that's on this jacket that I really like, that normally I hate, is the hood. I'm not a hood guy. I don't wear hoods a lot, but I think in really like stormy conditions, snow, wind, a lot of wind, I might use this hood. It is awesome. I normally hate hoods. They get in the way, and I just hate they don't sit right on your head, especially I have a tiny head. This hood, man, they knew what they were doing. I don't know if all their jackets have hoods like this, but this hood is awesome on this jacket. So I pull this over, and right now, what I love about this hood is, you can't even tell, but there is a pull strap in the back, and it almost feels like where the strap is goes around here, almost like a hat. And this thing is held onto my head right now, and it's not going anywhere, and I haven't even tightened it up yet. And so that right there, I almost feel like I don't have it on, is just key. And the other awesome thing about this hood, and again, maybe there are other hoods that are like this, I don't know, is the way the hood's cut. And you can see I have peripheral vision. I don't feel like I'm inside a cave with this thing. I have peripheral vision, and honestly, like, I don't even feel like I have a hood on. I feel like I have a hat on almost. But you get your whole back here covered. And so this thing's awesome. I think I'm probably going to wear this on days if I have the wind, it changes on my back or whatever. I think I'm going to be putting this hood on. But again, like I said, it zips off, which is great because, and even with it on the jacket, it's not big. It's fleece lined. It's super comfortable on your head. Like, there's no doubt that this jacket has a lot of money into it. It's really well thought out, just like the hoodie. And again, these are all my first two pieces of Sitka gear I've ever bought. So I can't say enough about this. I've read a lot of people do like the Stratus line, and they wear it. They gets them through, pretty cold temps. But I just kind of wanted to give a first impression overview of Sitka from someone who's never bought Sitka before. And I've actually never even worn it before, except when I went to Cabela's just to try some of the stuff on. And like I said, these very comfortable, just the comfort, how I feel in this gear right now compared to my other hunting gear. I don't feel too constricted as my other jacket. And it's just very comfortable. I can't express that enough. I don't know how comfortable you can be in a jacket, but I will say the tapered arms, I love them. Well, some people complained about that, but again, I'm a thin guy, so it might be a little bit better. But so that's it. I just kind of wanted to give a layman's first impression of Sitka gear from someone who's never, purchased any before, and say that if you're thinking about going to Sitka and you're like, oh, is it worth the money? My first impression so far is it is, but I would definitely try and get it at a discount. I don't know if I would have paid full price for all this stuff, without knowing if it's going to work for me. But now that I got it and I have it here, I feel real confident that this is going to do what I want. So just to do an update video, I did get the hats in that I ordered, that I swapped out. And I'll say the first hat was the Sitka Stratus hat, which is exactly what I was hoping it was. It's not super heavy, but it's a lot thicker than the thin merino wool beanies I have, and it's basically going to be used to put right over when on a colder morning, when my first light beanie isn't enough. And it's not bulky. Thing's awesome. Again, it seems really well made. But the one thing I want to talk about too is this was the Sitka cap. If anybody's thinking about getting this hat, I highly recommend it. It is my favorite hat. This hat, I was looking at reviews. I have a tiny head, and I was looking at reviews like I always do, and a lot of people are saying it's great for someone with a big head, great with someone with a big head, and I was reluctant, but I had a swap for one, and I really wanted a ball cap style. So as I said in my earlier, I was trading in, swapping the trucker hat that's huge, and nervous about getting this, but the thing fits my head awesome, and it's like everything else they make, it seems it's super comfortable. It's lightweight, but it is really my favorite hat right now. But the other thing that I want to touch on is that I like that Fanatic hoodie so much that I saw someone had black ones in a medium, brand new on eBay for $100 off the tag price. I think they list for like $189. Places were selling them right now for $150. This was marked. He only had mediums. He had a bunch of them for $89.99, and I was a little reluctant, but it's so comfortable that I wanted to pick one up for everyday use, and I thought this would be perfect for bow hunting turkey in the blind, because it's got the built-in hoodie just like the other Fanatic with the face mask that comes up, and then it has the gloves that come out. And you know, perfect if I'm in the blind. You know, I try and wear black gloves sometimes, but believe it or not, your hands coming out stick out in a blind if there's no gloves on them. And even camo gloves stick out. I've seen it and I've filmed it. So I thought this thing would be perfect for turkey hunting, everyday use. I've been wearing this thing. I want to wear it every day. It's so comfortable. I wore it to work today, but I wore it scouting a couple times because it was super warm. This Fanatic hoodie is awesome, and just like I said, you know, I actually use these mitts. A lot of people said they'd probably never use them. I used them when I was scouting. It was chilly out. I didn't have gloves with me, and I had them in the through the finger holes, and I would even pull the mitts over my fingers to warm my fingers up, and it actually helped. So anyways, I just want to give that quick update to add to the end of this, because I haven't posted this video up yet, and I just received the pieces, so I thought I'd just give my quick little first impressions. I actually did wear this one day out scouting, and it was warm. I mean, it's just a hat, but it's it's got fleece, and it's pretty thick. And like I said, this hat, even if you have a small head, this is just their regular, I forget what they call it, but it's their regular cap. I think it's called a Sitka cap. Even if you get a tiny head like me, this thing fits. It's a really comfortable hat for a ball cap. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be posting up some more videos, hopefully some shed hunting videos and some scouting videos maybe, and some gear reviews. I will soon be posting a review, first impression review on the tethered saddle that's coming out, the Phantom. I emailed them just the other day because they're supposed to be releasing them at the end of February, and I know a lot of people are going to be buying them. And I was asking about volume and what they're going to have for inventory, and you know, if they're going to be back ordering. And they told me that they know they're expecting a lot of orders, so they're waiting to release them until they have a really good amount of inventory, so they don't have to back order anything like they did last year. So that's supposed to be the end of the month. They did not have a date, but it's going to be the end of February. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out on it over the next couple of weeks, and as soon as it's available, I'm buying it. And I'll give a first impression review on here. So thanks again for watching. Good luck hunting.